my goodness. Look how beautiful that looks. Oh my god. The four on the left is salt and pepper. This is the new kimchi salsa, wasabi mayo, and spicy slaw up in the front. All right, this is a feast. I have four more incoming. Today I'm going to review a place called Peck Peck Chicken in Teaneck, New Jersey. This is a Korean fried chicken joint, but it's not standard. It's not traditional. It's not like most chain Korean fried chicken places you might have gone. Like the popular ones like Bonchon Chicken or Barbecue Chicken. This place is just a mom and pop shop. It's family owned, right? It's just one Korean family making fried chicken, and they kind of just do their own rendition. I think rather than calling it Korean fried chicken, it's more as fried. It's better described as fried chicken made by a Korean family, right? There's obviously Korean themes in there. They have a kimchi coleslaw, right? And a lot of the flavors are, very Korean thematic, like soy garlic, sweet and spicy. It's not like a standard American fried chicken like KFC or anything like that. But they kind of break the mode of what is now pretty common in America, right? The Korean fried chicken joint. They're not very saucy. They don't over sauce it. I think the sauce is very subtle. They actually take brushes and brush the sauce on like one at a time. And this place makes you call ahead of time to order because it does take some time to make. You probably wait longer than you would traditionally. And the idea is that they don't want their customers just sitting around waiting. So they rather them call ahead of time, put the order in, and then come pick it up for either dine in or takeout. What I'm looking forward to the most is the crispiness of the skin, and then the chicken underneath is juicy and tender, of course. I'm expecting most of the flavoring to be on the skin itself. If they do brine it and the flavoring seeps deep into the white meat of the chicken, I mean that would just take it to the next level. That's like chef's kiss. But I don't really expect all that. I'm trying three different flavors. They only have three flavors there. I think each flavor is distinct, but they're pretty subtle. Like I'm really expecting the main character to be the chicken. I mainly go to this place because I think they fry their chicken to absolute perfection. Like each piece is just perfectly golden, is perfectly crispy, the inside is cooked. Um, yeah, like I truly expect the highest level of excellence when it comes to the quality of their fried chicken. Like anything less than borderline perfection, I will consider a fail. That's how high the expectations I have of this place. I've been going to them for a few years now, but I've never actually filmed it. I just want to share that with you guys. So yeah, we're gonna head out to Peck Peck Chicken in Teaneck, New Jersey. Started off with some of the spicy slaw, which is my favorite side here. Has a pretty nice kick. Here trying the kimchi salsa. It's pretty innovative. I've never actually had a kimchi salsa before. It's actually not on the menu yet, so it's kind of still in experimental phase. Donald just brought it out for me to try it out, see my opinion on it. Nods of affirmation, it's good. I'll talk more about it in a bit. Here are some food bites. I'm starting out with the salt and pepper ones first. That's the four on the plate directly in front of me. I chose salt and pepper to start because I think the soy garlic and the sweet and spicy have more like pungent or stronger aftertaste. So I wanted to have a clear palate for this. The salt and pepper seasoning is a little bit more subtle. It's also actually my favorite one. So I'm extremely excited. Biting right into it, man, it was just glorious deliciousness. Every part of it was good. I think my main compliment for this place is that the chicken is cooked just right. The chicken itself is cooked perfectly. Yeah, you can hear it with the bites. I wish I had a better mic, but let's hear some more bites into the chicken itself. The skin is so crispy throughout. From beginning to end, all parts of the skin of every single wing or drumstick is very crispy, and the chicken is extremely juicy. I would say most of the flavor is on the skin, and it's strong enough that taking it as a big bite with the white meat underneath just makes it perfect. It really elevates it. The contrast between the fat in the chicken, right? The way it's juicy, it falls off the bone, it's tender, and just biting into it with the crunchiness of the skin as you bite into it, you chew on it over and over. It just builds so much flavor, so much happiness. Here I'm speaking to the owner's mom, where she brought over the last four wings, which are the sweet and spicy ones. I'll go into this as I eat down more, but I think every single wing in this meal was cooked perfectly, like 12 for 12. Like, I am not capping. There was no part of it's overcooked or undercooked. I go to some other places and there's more variance in the quality of the wings or drumsticks, but this place, like every single one, is pretty exquisite. Regarding the flavoring, I think this place Peck Peck does not over season or over sauce their wings, which is something that's really important to me. I think a lot of places, a lot of also Korean fried chicken like chain stores, such as like Bon Chicken or barbecue chicken, I think they kind of over sauce it. Like the sauce is kind of there to somewhat mask the taste of the chicken, and they're kind of compensating. But there's no compensating here because the chicken is just that good. And I think the owners know to let the chicken do the work. And the sauce and seasoning there is kind of just to elevate it, you know? The idea is that it kind of puts a little bit of variety on each chicken wing versus just being fried chicken. You know, you can have the different seasonings, different flavors, take you to different flavor profiles, kind of like choose your adventure. I really enjoy the flexibility of all that. And I also think all the meat just completely falls off the bone. I think the best way to describe Salt&Pepper is that I think this place really follows the philosophy of duality. By duality, I mean that every sauce or flavor here kind of comes in twos. It's salt and pepper, soy and garlic, sweet and spicy. And the kind of effect of this is that you kind of get taken on a journey where, you know, the flavor is like, oh, it's salty a little bit here, it's peppery here. And you kind of go back and forth as you finish a wing. And that duality kind of persists in all three flavor profile, which I personally really enjoy. And it's about the balance of the two different flavors for each one. So here we'll hear some more bite sounds, more crunching. Anyways, back into the talk about duality. So in the salt and pepper one, even though it sounds like a very basic flavor, right? So you put salt and pepper on everything. It kind of hits pretty well here. Like, it's subtle enough that it doesn't overpower the overall deliciousness of the chicken, but it definitely enhances it in the sense of, like, you hear pockets of salt, pockets of pepperiness, and you're kind of thinking like, oh, okay, each bite is consistently the same because of the same chicken, but it's different because it's taking you to two different flavors. And I think the same with the soy garlic. The soy garlic is very traditional and classic flavor at I think at every Korean restaurant, every Korean fried chicken place I've ever been to. But here they focus a lot more on the soy as opposed to the garlic. It's not super garlicky. I would say it's more soy than garlic in terms of the flavor. But again, it's the duality, right? A little bit of soy flavor here. You get kicks of garlic there, you know? Like, it's definitely, both are there. It's just about the ratio you're getting. Okay, here we'll, hear some more crunching into the soy garlic itself, the soy garlic wings. That was a huge dip of the wasabi mayo. I will say this about the wasabi mayo. I think I like it because the wasabi flavor in it is so strong. Like, this is a very aggressive dosage of wasabi if you dip a lot into it. I personally love the wasabi flavor in almost anything. I like, the cheap standard wasabi you get a lot of sushi places, but I also like the high end, the one you actually see them grate the wasabi at a high end sushi place. I like wasabi flavored ice cream. So for me, this was a match made in heaven. I do think the wasabi mayo does overpower some of the traditional flavor of the chicken wing itself, right? I don't taste that much soy garlic when I just dunk it in a huge amount of wasabi mayo. but I kind of need that kick once in a while. It's like a wake up call. So that's the reason why I like wasabi mayo as my favorite. It's kind of mainly the only side condiment I use here. I'm trying out the kimchi salsa because it's an experimental item, like something they're probably gonna put on the menu soon. But yeah, my main go-to is the wasabi mayo, and that's because I love wasabi more than anything else. I think the soy garlic here is kind of an acquired taste. I think a lot of people just want the garlic to hit them hard, and I think in this place it's very balanced. Like I really do taste the soy bite to bite, and it kind of takes me back and forth between a soy flavor versus a solid kick of garlic flavor, which just tastes phenomenal. And as we enter the third and final flavor, the sweet and spicy, I think this one is probably my least favorite out of the three. I think mainly because I just don't like sweet and spicy things in general. It's not that I dislike it; it's just more it doesn't hit as hard as the first two for me, right? In terms of enjoyment, I don't think it's particularly. It falls in line with the philosophy of this restaurant of Peck Peck, where I don't think this is particularly sweet or particularly spicy. It's not considered a spicy wing at all. So if you're like concerned about the heat of the wing, I wouldn't worry about it. I think it's very subtle sweetness and spiciness that's kind of pasted on top, like brushed on. I think they actually do use a brush to brush the sauces on, if I'm not mistaken. And here you can just see the meat just fall off the fall off the bone, right? It's just like flailing off, super delicious, super juicy. But yeah, I think the sweet and spicy is the one I probably like least, but that's more of a personal preference. I don't think they do anything wrong with it. I think this restaurant is very consistent in their philosophy of how they want to present a chicken wing to their customer. They know that they want to make sure the chicken is cooked well, right? Not undercooked, not overcooked, just right. They want to make sure the skin is fried super crispy. And then they want to make sure there's enough flavor on it so you know which type of wing you're getting. Like no matter which wing you eat, you're not confused. It's not like if someone mixed up all 12 wings, I wouldn't know which one is salt and pepper or which one is soy garlic or which one is sweet and spicy. But it's all three flavors are subtle enough that it doesn't take away from the main character, which is the wing, right? This restaurant feels like they believe in making the best chicken wing possible for their customer, and then the sauces and seasonings are various execution or various delivery or presentation upon that, right? It's like here we made an extremely good chicken wing or chicken drumstick, and here's how we want to present it to you, whether it be soy garlic or sweet and spicy or whatever. And I think everything else builds on that. Everything on their menu kind of builds around that philosophy. It's like, first, we're going to make really good chicken. And after that, we're going to think about what pairs well with it, what types of themes or sauces we can give our customer, and they can kind of choose their own adventure. I'm glad that she brought out the sweet and spicy a little bit later because it's kind of still piping hot. And I think chicken wings, like, I really do think eating it right out of the pan or right out of the fryer where it's like hot. They just season it. It cools down just enough that you can eat it. That's when it's perfect. I'm gonna talk about the spicy slaw. The spicy slaw is my favorite side here. I've never had anything like it. I personally think coleslaw anywhere is just okay. It's never really the main character for me. But here, what I like is that, well, one, all the vegetables is pretty fresh. It's crisp. I think they have a good blend of like cabbage versus onions or different types of cabbage. I think there's also carrots in there. It has a nice crunch that is not standard. It's not consistent throughout. Like bite to bite, you kind of get a different type of crunch, and that really keeps me invigorated and keeps me keep eating. Okay, now time for another quick break to hear the crunch of the next bite of chicken. Here we go back to salt and pepper. Back to the conversation about the spicy slaw. It's none of it is soggy, right? There's no part of it soggy. I think it's well marinated and there's flavor through every bite. And I think the kick is stronger than the sweet and spicy chicken itself. Out of everything I had here today, I think the spicy slaw was actually the spiciest. My main regret from this meal is actually not getting an extra side of the spicy slaw to take back home to eat later. But yeah, I just like the spicy salad that much. It's a great kick. It's also very refreshing. I think the condiments are all quite refreshing, both the spicy slaw as well as the kimchi salsa. It's refreshing as in it doesn't reset the palate, right? Both of them have sharp flavors, but it does kind of invigorate me, wake me up in the sense of like, hey, like you're in the middle of a feast, but it kind of takes my attention away from the chicken for a bit, just so that when I come back to chicken, like I never feel burnt out. As weird as that might sound, throughout this meal, because of the spicy slaw as well as the kimchi salsa, I'm just not burnt out at all with the chicken. I actually feel like I could eat another 10 more wings. I mean, I feel pretty satisfied with the 12, but chicken wings are one of those things, especially great chicken wings like the ones at Peck Peck. You just want to keep going. Even when you're full, like, even when your stomach is full, your brain is kind of like, nah, just put more food down. This is just that good. For those of you coming here to eat for the first time, a few tips would be if you get multiple flavors. Well, one, I definitely recommend getting multiple flavors. I think the variety is the way to go. I think you can explore the various like condiments and sauces if that's up your alley. But I think all the chicken is completely fine standalone by itself. It's phenomenal. I clearly enjoyed all of this. Another pro tip is I think try eating just the skin to start so you can really taste the seasoning and the flavor of it, and then go for a big bite into the white meat and everything. I think that technique is most conducive to kind of, really honing in on the outside seasoning of the skin, like combined with the contrast of like the white meat underneath. To give you guys an idea about the overall cost, I think this was 12 wings for $19, which I was quite happy with. The wasabi mayo was I think 75 cents or 50 cents, and lastly the side was like $4. Overall, pretty decent value. It's not the greatest value, but I think it's well above average in quality, and I was more than happy paying. Like the utility per dollar for this meal was through the roof for me. I can't wait to come back. I'm definitely gonna eat here again soon without filming it just to enjoy it. And I definitely recommend starting out with the salt and pepper if you get multiple flavors. The other two's flavor are a little bit stronger, and I think the aftertaste can make the salt and pepper a little bit harder to taste through, right? It's harder to get the nuance of it if you just eat a bunch of soy garlic or sweet and spicy first. So that's how I chose to approach this. Genuinely, I really stand by the statement that the biggest compliment is that the chicken is cooked so perfectly. Like 12 for 12. 12 pieces of chicken, 12 perfectly made, all well seasoned, right? It's so juicy underneath. All the skin is crispy. Like no part of the chicken has any flaws. And with the seasoning, this place is more subtle. Like you will get plenty of flavor. Don't worry about it being bland. None of it is bland, but it is more subtle than other fried chicken places. They don't overdose on the sauce, like I said. They don't need to, right? The chicken itself is there to be exemplary, and the sauce just does its job. It carries its weight. And the spicy slaw is the kind of hidden card, right? Hidden joker, something wild card to try out if you're in the mood for it. But be aware, it does have a little bit of kick. And this kind of concludes my meal. I'm just cleaning up here. This was a great time, great lunch spot. People were coming in and out. And I also say that you kind of should call ahead of time. So I called like 15, 20 minutes before I got here. That's generally the protocol. They don't like their customers just sitting there waiting for too long. So they prefer you call ahead and, put in your order. So when you get there, it's more or less just ready to serve. And I really appreciate that part of the customer service. I also think places with rules require high quality food to justify the rules. And this place definitely does. So all the procedures and all the stuff just makes it a better experience for me. And this is my favorite fried chicken joint in my area. All right, Peck Peck Chicken. Thank you for letting me dine here, and thank you guys for hanging out with me. See you guys in the next one.